Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2025, the album. Dad. Shimmy, shimmy, AF. Okay, we're gonna try this. We're gonna try to see if the memory is still there from my days in the dance club back in 1990. Are you ready? Here we go. Pose. Okay, you ready? Pose. Are you ready? Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Testing, testing. You know what? I think for this one, I actually need to put my lip balm and my lip gloss on first. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous because I have no idea. We're going to see if I can get through these words. We're going to see if I still remember them from when I danced on the box at the gay bars in Indianapolis back in the day. Okay. Greta Garbo, Anne Monroe, Dietrich and DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean, on their cover of a Peter zine. Grace Kelly, Harlow Jean, picture of a beauty queen. Jean Kelly, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Dance on Air. They had style, they had grace. Rita Hayworth gave good face. Lauren, Catherine, Lana 2, Betty Davis, we love you. Ladies with an attitude. Fellas that were in the mood. Don't just stand there, let's get to it. Strike a pose, there's nothing to it. Vogue. Oh my God, I got all the way through it. I cannot believe it. Yo, Janet, I'm about to get this. You want this, but do you really think that you can get this? At first you dissed us, now you want to kiss this. Tell them, girls. Too late, you missed this. Because we need a man that's swift, quick, and clever. Ready at the drop of a dime to do whatever. Not trying to front or fake to save face. Because I'm with that day, anytime, any place. Tell him, Jay. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Okay, what else do I know? What else do I know? What other songs? It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have the hurricane. Okay, we're gonna get into this video now. Because, well, I have an issue that I need to address. It's cost me hours of sleep last night. So yesterday I did a video about Trisha Paytas being pregnant. Again, congratulations to Trisha Paytas. My video was let's look and see exactly the time on my video. It was 22 minutes and 2 seconds. What's interesting about that? Oh, that's a rather short video for Peter Monn. My video the day before, I think, was 49 minutes. And if you watch my video the day before about Jeffree Star, there was no intro. I literally just got right in it. And then a lot of people, the next day, they said, when you don't do an intro, we know it's like real serious. We know that, okay? Thank you. So if I don't do an intro, if I don't do the singing and the songing and the dancing and the fooling around, if I don't do all that kind of shenanigans, then you know that it's a real serious video. Like, you better get sat and we're going to have a conversation. But if I do the intro, then that's kind of your way of knowing that it's kind of like a funny ha-ha, video. So I got this comment that I really feel like I need to address on my video yesterday. So my video yesterday, like I said, was about Trisha Paytas she's pregnant again with baby number 3. Congratulations. Now, the comment that I got said, dude, it's sir to you, first of all. Dude, clickbait. So they're saying that my title was clickbait. Okay. Dude, clickbait. Ugh. They're like so exasperated because it was clickbait. Get to the point. Well, I think that we kind of know over here. Like, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at getting to the point. I'm just not, She said, I have ADHD and you obviously do as well. Why? Well, way too much to sit through. Girl, I did not realize that you were tied to a chair and forced to watch a Peter Monn video. I appreciate you. She even made it to the 13-minute mark. She said underneath her in another comment, she said, 13 minutes, finally. I'm like, girl, thank you for sitting through half of my video. My video is only 22 minutes long. You made it to the halfway mark. I appreciate that. On my vlog, at the end of it, I have people leave emojis. Every day I pick a different emoji if you made it to the end of the vlog. Most people do make it to the end of the vlog based on my watch time. And my vlogs are like an hour and a half. And if you watch my vlogs, You know, baby, I don't ever get to the point. Yesterday in my vlog, I started talking about this cricket friend of mine in the basement. No, like truly, there's a cricket in our basement. We become friends, and I even forgot to finish the story over there. So I'm going to pick up and tell that story about the cricket today. But anyway, listen, I'm never going to get to the story, okay? I have tried so many times. I've had so many people tell me, so many YouTubers, creators, influencers, I've had so many people tell me, if you just got to the point in your videos, that you would probably get so many more views and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. When I do just get to the point, and I don't just get to the point, it doesn't really seem to make any difference. So I don't know. But I digress. Let me get to your comment again. Okay. Dude! Clickbait. Ugh! Apparently she can't stand clickbait titles, okay? Get to the point. I have ADHD, and you obviously do as well. Way too much to sit through. Dang, man. Wildly manic. Hard to follow, but I'm sure you meant well. On that, I'm sure you meant well comment, I truly felt like I was in 3rd grade again, and I was taking home a report card. No, I did. Because I always mean well. I do. And yesterday in my video, I thought I came right out of the gate. I mean, I did. I thought I came right out of the gate. I mean, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I thought I came right out of the gate and just got right into the Trisha Paytas stuff. The day before, I got right into the Jeffree Star stuff and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, first of all, I know that you were really upset about my clickbait title. And, you know, I mean, I've addressed this before, but clickbait's kind of a thing that a lot of YouTubers do, you know, to get people to watch their videos. Like, they'll, you know, put these extravagant titles up and things like that really have nothing to do with the videos. I mean, actually, you know, Trisha Paytas is somebody that does that. Shane Dawson, Mr. Beast, you know, the Paul brothers, they all do it, okay? The Tana Mojos of the world, all the people that, you know, everybody out there, the big stars of the YouTube world, the TikTok, they all do it, okay? So, but I'm sorry if you felt that my title about Trisha Paytas being pregnant was clickbait. My title, and I like I said, I apologize. I will do better on not clickbaiting my titles, okay? Because I know that that's very upsetting to people when I clickbait my titles. But I just want to apologize because my title was obviously extremely clickbaity. My title was, Trisha Paytas is pregnant again. Baby number 3. I'm really sorry for that clickbait title. Trisha Paytas is pregnant again. Baby number 3. You wouldn't even have to have watched the video. It was so clickbaity that you could have just read the title and you wouldn't have even had to watch the video. You would have known exactly what I was going to say in the video. That Trisha Paytas is pregnant again with baby number 3. I am sorry. I apologize for that clickbaity ass title. I don't really know how to be more clear to say that Trisha Paytas is pregnant again with baby number 3. How would you like me to form that in a title for you so that is not clickbaity? I am doing my best over here. And yes, I did mean well. Thank you for the gold star on that. And if anybody could revamp that sentence for me to make it a less clickbaity title, I would appreciate it. Okay, I think that is maybe in my 8.5 years of being on YouTube and 7 channels of my least clickbaity title that I have ever posted over here. But I just want to say that I greatly appreciate you watching to the 13-minute mark. That raises the watch time on my videos, which for some reason, the watch time on my videos is insanity. I don't know why, okay, but it is compared to everybody that I know that I talk to, and they're getting like 4 and 5 minutes of watch time, and I'm getting like 22 minutes out of a 30-minute video on a watch time, which says that people aren't just watching my intro, they're actually watching what I have to say afterwards, and I really appreciate you making it to the 13-minute mark, even though for you, it was an experience. Baby, listen, okay? I feel for your pain. I do. When I watch videos like Amberlynn Reed that just make me want to go, I just click off the video. But I appreciate you staying. I really, really do. That means so much to me. Pose. Okay, now let's get into this video for today. So this video is coming to you in kind of a strange way, okay? Because I found it on the Facebook. No, I did. I don't really find much about the Facebook. But I do have to say this one thing that I think is interesting. Okay, you know, if you've watched my videos for a long time, that I have been extremely passionate talking about Fox Hollow Farms, Herb Baumeister, Fox Hollow Farms, the victims, and things like that. And I just want to say, because a couple people have sent me some things, and they said, you know, like, all these people are doing videos now, all these people are making TikToks about it, and that underneath the comments, it's saying things like, finally, somebody's talking about this. And people listen to these you know, videos, and they'll say, I commented on it that you've been talking about it for years. I have been talking about it for years. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really care about all that. I care that the victims are, you know, reunited at least after death with their family members, and their family members are allowed, and friends are allowed to have some closure. I am so happy that with this documentary that has recently come out, that the victims are getting honored after their death, and that more victims are being identified, and their families and friends are coming forward. And I think that it is fantastic that more people are talking about this, and that more people are making videos about it, and that more people are making TikToks about it, and that it's getting a lot of traction. One of the things that bothered me for so long was that nobody was talking about Fox Hollow Farms and Herb Baumeister, and it just was really, really upsetting to me. And just, I'm not going to give a huge update on this. I think I'm going to wait a little while before giving an update, but the case is very, very active behind the scenes. I am contacted on a daily basis by people that are involved in the investigation. I have people reaching out to me with information, and I am constantly giving that information, whether it's speculative or whether it's I knew this person or blah, 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 whatever. I'm giving all that information over to the appropriate people, and I just want to make that clear. I am very, very happy that this story is picking up traction and that it's getting the attention that it deserves. And I think that hopefully one day, so many more of the victims, you know, will be identified, and that their families and their friends will be able to have some closure, and that their names will not be forgotten. That is the thing for me, especially because it happened to a marginalized community, and we still today see horrific crimes happening to all different kinds of marginalized communities that, and that I think that, for me, living within the gay community of Indianapolis at the time that it happened, that's why I've made like 8 to 10 videos on this channel about it. I think I've made 2 videos on my Peter Watches TV channel about it. I went to Fox Hollow Farms on my vlog. I've talked about it extensively on my vlog. It's the reason why I continue to talk about it, is to keep the story alive. So that, you know, I think the more we talk about it, the less likely it is that something like this will happen again, hopefully. And also that the victims, that's the most important thing, is that the victims' names are found, and that you know, their families and their friends are able to have some closure and I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know what closure looks like after all these years, you know, but at least maybe they can, you know, have some kind of ending to all of this. So, but I appreciate you guys reaching out. Everything that you send me, every video, every TikTok of Fox Hollow Farms, I watch it. You know, and so it's interesting to hear a lot. I mean, I know this case like the back of my hand. I mean, I've literally followed this case since 1997. I lived it before that, going out to the bars in Indianapolis. And so, you know, for me, I know this case so well that when I hear, you know, some TikToker, I love that people are talking about it, but I want to hear some TikToker, you know, from, I don't know, like Iowa speculating, and I'm like, yeah, there's no truth to that at all. Or somebody will say something, I'll be like, oh wow, that's something I had never thought about before. Like, that's interesting, you know? And more is coming out every day. So, and I just think the more attention there is on it, I think, you know, the more people that might come out and talk about it, that might feel more comfortable or safe talking about it, or shared stories that they have. So I think all the attention on it is fantastic. Okay, so let's get to this, this story that I'm talking about today. So I actually found out about this on Facebook. I was rolling through the Facebook last night, and, so this is kind of how the whole story went down. So I was at my brother and sister-in-law's house last night for my sister-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Liliana! We had so much fun last night. We got home a little bit after 1 o'clock in the morning. We had such a blast, and it was family and some friends and stuff like that. We were just sitting around, and somebody was asking me, like, if I knew somebody via, like, you know, like, they're like, we are like mutual friends on Facebook. And so then I was like sitting on the couch, and I got on the Facebook, see if I knew this person. And then I started like rolling through Facebook, and I saw this story come up. It was like reshared from Out Magazine. And the article says, Not very demure, Jules LeBron exposes beauty brand that didn't pay her. Now, if you do not know who Jules LeBron is famous for the TikTok that went around, I think about a year ago, where she was talking in her car and she was talking about going into work, and she doesn't go in with a green creased eye. She goes in because she's very demure. She's very mindful, okay? And so then it spurned all of these stories or all these memes and things about being very demure, being very mindful, you know? And so it started this whole thing, and people just kind of like fell in love with her and said this whole thing, and I loved it too. So I saw this article and I was like, who is she talking about? Who is she talking about? What beauty brand is she talking about in here that didn't pay her? I'm like, this for me, because as somebody that loves beauty influencer drama, I'm like, who did not pay her, okay? I'm like, I want to know. This is kind of the hot drama of like 2017 going into 2018 when all Dramageddon popped off. This was the kind of stuff of people not getting paid for brand deals and people not getting paid. This was kind of stuff we covered back in the day. And I was like, this is really, really interesting to me. So I watched it. The top is this quote from her, and it says, "You love the divas and you didn't cut me a check," the mindful influencer asked. This article came out on March 7th, 2025, so it just came out yesterday. Jules LeBron popularized one of 2024's most viral trends, but now she's saying she didn't get paid for some of the work she did. On the first, and this is from Out Magazine. On the first episode of her new podcast, Very Demure, influencer Jules LeBron, who popularized the demure trend in 2024, has opened up about one beauty brand she says took advantage of her. LeBron is a trans influencer whose TikToks about demure behavior went viral last year, causing the word to become Dictionary.com's word of the year. I kind of live for that. In her video, she explained how to be demure, mindful, and cutesy while doing things like applying for a job, getting on and off an airplane, and walking around town. Due to her success, she was able to pay for gender-affirming surgery for herself and was able to help a friend with housing. However, now she's saying that... Can we just talk about that for a second? Can we just talk about, you know, the amazing things that, like, having, you know, viral TikTok or a viral YouTube does for you? Like, I just think that that's absolutely amazing. Now, holding on to it is a different story, but I think that that's amazing, you know? I think that's absolutely amazing. Because I saw stories... like, I think it was about a year ago that came out that she was trying to, like, trademark the word or something like that, and it was, like, already trademarked or something, so she couldn't do it. I don't really understand. It's like when Paris Hilton came out with, like, That's Hot, you know, and she, like, she trademarked it. I think she did. And so... I think she was trying to do the same thing with Demure, and so having all of these sponsorships and things like that, this is where it kind of goes a little bit deeper, because I know that that was her plan, that off of, like, I read this back in the day. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that the articles were saying that her trademarking this word would then allow her to pay for her surgery, help friends of hers that were homeless and things like that, as well as establish a life for herself. And so it goes a little bit deeper if influencers aren't paying her, because that wasn't able to happen. So then she was relying on, A, what she was making on TikTok, which I've heard, unless you're, like, live on TikTok, you don't make a lot of money off of just TikToks, I've heard. You can, but you have to be pretty big first before you're doing that. And number two, then that meant that she was relying on influencer deals and things like that that she was getting. She's gotten some huge ones. Now, I was looking, like, through her Instagram, and she's got Verizon ones. And I will tell you, ma'am, she always discloses, too. I lived when I went through her Instagram, because, you know, that's something I talk about over here that I'm real big about. I loved when I went through her Instagram, and underneath them, they said paid programming. They said partnership. She'd even explained what partnership meant in one of them. I was like, damn, girl, like, you're going above and beyond. She is protecting her ass. I live for that. So, okay, due to her success, she was able to pay for gender-affirming surgery for herself and was able to help a friend with housing. However, now she's saying that some of the companies she worked with expected her to do that work for free. My mother-in-law is texting me nonstop right now, sending me all these pictures from last night, which we had so much fun, like I said. LeBron mentioned you know, I just want to say this, because I said this to her last night. You know, on a side note, and people are like, just get to this. No, this is a moment in time, like Kelly Clarkson said, okay? Listen, she got Demure. I get my moment in time for my mother-in-law. I hear people complain about their in-laws all the time. You know, oh my God, my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law. I told my mother-in-law this last night. I feel so blessed. I have the most amazing, fun, compassionate, kind, loving mother-in-law in the entire world. I am so incredibly grateful for her. I just want to send out a little piece to my mother-in-law right now. I didn't realize we took so many pictures. My thumb's going off like this. Anyway, I posted some of them last night on my Instagram of me and my mother-in-law and Alex's abuela last night. We had such a good time. His grandma, she's up till 1 o'clock in the morning having a glass of wine. She's 95 years old. Good for her. Okay, LeBron mentioned a brand and its founder that were recent. Wait, is this where it's at? Okay. So then it has a clip on Instagram that she's posted that says, Jules LeBron opens up about getting taken advantage of by beauty brand founder during very Demure. Now, what I want to say about this is, she's posted it on her Instagram. She's also posted this clip on her TikTok, this specific clip, which I'm going to show you in a second. And it is also on her podcast as well. So I think it's kind of a little bit interesting. I don't know if she is attempting to use this small piece of drama to bring attention to the podcast, which is honestly like 2016 marketing, but not a bad idea, So, you know, I don't know like what the intention is, but to just like say it in a podcast, this is not very Demure, okay? Like very Demure would be to say it in a podcast and let other people catch it, right? But when you're posting it on all your socials, it's not very Demure. It makes it look like you're wanting to bring a lot of attention to it, okay? It actually looks attention-seeking, not Demure, but I digress again. LeBron mentioned a beauty brand and its founder that were recently called out for not paying Black and brown creators. Not good, and shared her own story working with them at a foundation event. At the height of the most viral sensation of TikTok, this is a quote from her, of 2024, you got me to fly to New York for free, unpaid, to essentially promote your foundation, she asked. LeBron mentioned that she was, so in the clip that I'm going to show you, she beeps out, like, the name of who it is. It's either Patrick Star or Patrick Ta. You can't really tell, but everybody is insinuating that it's Patrick Ta, okay, which doesn't surprise me in the least, because I haven't heard really a lot of good things through the years about Patrick Ta. LeBron mentioned that she was excited to work with the brand and creator who she called one of my idols and didn't think anything was wrong until she looked back on it. The only thing that's interesting to me about this, okay, is that she says that Patrick Ta was one of her idols. That's kind of interesting to me because I don't really hear anybody in the beauty space, and I didn't realize that she was a beauty influencer, but maybe I was wrong about that. But I don't know anybody that I have ever heard that refers to Patrick Ta as their idol. You know, I mean, so that to me was kind of interesting. But when you watch the video, I mean, I even slowed it down to try. You can't really tell. She always kind of puts the microphone in front of her face right before she says it. It looks like it could be Star, and it looks like it could be Ta. The interesting thing to me about it is, okay, that everybody's believing that it's Patrick Ta. But Patrick Star and the release of his makeup brand would have matched, especially when he was in New York at the time. Which is interesting to me that nobody's kind of clocked that a little bit. Because I did cover all of that, you know? So, she goes on to say, I didn't think anything was wrong until she looked back on it. Of course I want to make some TikToks with you, she said. He was making TikToks with all the divas because he was paying the other divas, I found out later. Now, this must be why everybody's saying that it's Patrick Ta, because maybe he did that. She wasn't planning on speaking out about this brand not paying her, a plus-size Afro-Latina, but then LeBron says the brand made a video asking people who worked with the brand but felt they weren't fairly paid to reach out, and that made her recall how she was treated. The Very Demure host also noted that one of her fans tagged the creator on a post collaborating her success, saying the creator gave LeBron her first brand deal, which LeBron says is untrue. The creator replied, "We love helping the divas," on her video when they didn't pay her. She says it in what I'm going to show you. You love helping the divas and you didn't cut me a check, LeBron asked. In the comments, several people have speculated that LeBron is talking about Patrick Ta. Though this is purely speculative, some fans have also started to tag the creator and the brand in the comments. The story is still developing. It's just from yesterday. Now, what's interesting about this is when you go and you search up the TikTok, okay, or on Instagram, at the top, it pulls up Patrick Ta, which is interesting, okay? when you go underneath her Instagram to where it's listed, so it's the 6th one down. She got one pinned one, so it's the 6th one down. Hold on a second here. Let me pull this up. Okay. Well, I'm going to play it here in a second. I guess it doesn't matter. So anyway, this is from 3 days ago, which is interesting that it's just getting some traffic now. So let me read you some of the comments underneath here. And y'all still haven't canceled Patrick Ta. There's 16 replies. We've tried. Literally, we effing tried. What did he do? Somebody said they never will. I have him and Jeffree Star. Somebody said, this is good to know. I will never purchase this product, which is insane. I mean, we will literally never buy Patrick Ta Beauty. Somebody said, I don't even shop with him. I mean, people are going on, been blocked, right? Must we continue calling longer supporting brands canceling? That's what makes people not take movement seriously. People are still purchasing his products even after the not paying black creators. Black creators are promoting his products. Disgusting. Oh my God, I got confused. I thought y'all were talking about Patrick Star. I'm like, no. Won't happen. Most of his followers are white. Somebody said cancel that, expired. Anyway, what's interesting about this is that Patrick Ta is somebody like Lipstick Nick that is kind of floated around a lot of problematic people. Like, he follows and is friends with James Charles, but and as a makeup CEO and brand owner, completely supports a self-proclaimed predator. And I've said this in past videos. This is not the first video that I've said it in. That Patrick Ta still to this day follows him, supports him, and shows up to launches and things like that, and James Charles brand, and I guess he has no problem with a self-proclaimed predator. Incidentally, Jules follows James Charles too. Not very demure, Jules. Not very demure. If I'm going to call out other people that follow James Charles, then, I mean, I think that's problematic. It's not demure. And it's definitely not mindful, okay, that you're following a self-proclaimed predator. And it might not help you down the road in getting sponsorships if something else should have happened with James Charles. You might want to be mindful of that. I'm just saying. But anyway, everybody out is calling it out as being Patrick Ta. Somebody said, minimum he owes you $60,000, and that's me being generous. Somebody said, talking about how Patrick Ta treated her. Patrick Ta is literally on strike 15. She's talking about Patrick Ta Foundation. Y'all, Patrick is literally, okay, goes on and on and on. Oh, now I understand. Okay, with why they're, okay. The way that I knew that this was immediately about Patrick Ta, they need to pay Jules. I mean, it goes on and on and on. On and on and on. There's a lot in here about it, okay? So, what I am going to do, let me make sure I don't have any other receipts that I need to refer to before I get done with this video. Hold on just a second. Let me get to this. Oh, here's a screenshot that I had of her doing Smashbox Foundation, or Smashbox primer, and she has underneath her paid partnership. Good for you. Thank you to show how easy it is, okay? How easy it is to disclose appropriately. I appreciate that so much. One of the things I did find interesting, though, is when I was looking up who she follows Patrick Ta, and she also follows Patrick Ta Beauty, okay? And she follows Patrick Star. Now, I'm thinking from the comments that obviously is Patrick Ta, but what's interesting to me is you're calling out Patrick Ta, but you still follow Patrick Ta. Why, girl? I don't understand that. This is what the people in the comment section are calling you out for. What they're calling other people out for. They're saying that somebody does you wrong, and then people are still, this is why he still has relevancy, because you're calling him out, and you're still following him. Why? Do you want him to see the TikTok? Is that what it's about? I mean, I get that, okay? Letting somebody continue to follow you, and you follow you because you want to see if they say anything about it, girl. Now, I get that, okay? That trick is as long as MySpace. But anyway, so, but let's hear what she has to say. Here's what she had to say in her podcast. Here you go. Run the footage, Barbara.
I went to go to New York to do foundation event. Gets called out for not paying brown and black creators.
Oh, no.
So then everyone's like asking me like, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Because I went to this foundation event during the very Demure launch. And so then I thought about it. At the height of the most viral sensation of TikTok in 2024, you got me to fly to New York for free, unpaid, to essentially promote your foundation.
I remember that.
And then the thing was, I didn't feel this way until I looked back at the simple fact that, like, he was like, him and his manager were like, oh, we're going to just make some TikToks. We're just going to make some TikToks. And so then I'm excited because I was like, one of my idols.
Right.
Gagged. Love him. So I'm like, of course I was gonna make some fucking TikToks with you. You know what I mean? He was making TikToks with all the divas, but he was paying the other divas.
Right.
I had found out later. So then
Damn.
everyone's like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Didn't want to like stir the pot. Cause like, what am I gonna say? Like, didn't pay like the very demure girl who's a plus size like Afro Latina. Like,
right.
Like that's gonna be like ending like stab in the wound. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So I was like, let me just shut the fuck up and let that play out. So, but then these motherfuckers made a video talking about some. Oh, if you're a creator who worked for us, like, and you felt like you should have been paid, like, just like let us know and we'll pay you. So then I left a little Kamiana, and I was like, hey, just thought it was kind of weird. I didn't get paid for you guys to make me essentially promote your foundation and get you 12 million views on it.
Wow.
You guys can cut me a quick check.
Well, yeah, people are, they're gonna put you in a position where you feel grateful to be with them, but realistically, you're on your way up. You're still,
and then make us meet them at their hotel, and their hotel's just so much nicer than ours.
Oh wow!
And then on top of that, they got us there last minute. I quit my job to go, and I told them I quit my job.
Damn.
You should. And then he had the fucking. I just got mad. He had the fucking nerve to be under one of these videos because I was like talking about how, like, I'm gonna use my Demure brand deals to pay for like my surgeries and stuff.
Yeah.
He had the fucking nerve. Someone tagged him, was like, "Oh my god, give Jules her first brand deal."
Nah.
When he did it, and then was like, we love helping the divas.
No way.
You love helping the divas,
Just
and
took
you
the
didn't
credit
even cut
for
me a
it.
check.
I agree with that. Yeah.
He's like, you never really said that.
So there you go. There you have it. It's interesting. Well, what do you think about it, first of all? What do you think about it? No, you. Me first? Okay, I'll go first then. No, you go first. No, me? Okay. That was kind of fun, wasn't it? It's interesting to me. First of all, it's obvious it's probably Patrick Ta. But what's interesting to me is there was kind of this, like, back in the day, like this, no, you don't, like, ever talk about a brand in a bad way. Because if you do, then it will, like, make you look bad and all this kind of stuff, and then other brands won't work with you. So, it's interesting because I have a feeling that a lot of influencers are kind of like, oh my God. She's saying this, she's not going to get another brand deal. Baby, she's killing it at brand deals right now. She's killing it more than the people that were afraid to talk, But there was that kind of old idea that you don't ever talk about if a brand does you wrong, blah, 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 whatever. I had a brand that did me very, very wrong back in the day, okay? I had a contract with these. First of all, if you're an influencer or whatever, always have a contract, okay? Always have a contract that says what you have to do, how it will be paid, what you will be paid, what you will be paid for, when it is due, and all that kind of stuff. And be a professional. Always get your shit in on time, okay? Always get your shit in on time, if not early. Follow up with your part of the contract. I always do that. Always. I'm professional, okay? But I worked with a brand years ago. I might make a whole video about this, so I might save this, all right? But I worked with this brand a long time ago. And I have had so many people reach out to me and be like, why aren't you working with this brand anymore? Why aren't you working with this brand anymore? Because I told the brand that they were unprofessional and I would never work with them again, okay? Because I had a several-month contract with them that they tried to get out earlier to put money somewhere else. And I said, that's fine. You can get out of the contract early. You're still going to pay me for the contract. Oh, no, blah, 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 whatever. And this going back and forth bullshit with these people, this is why I don't do a lot of sponsorships anymore, okay? Flakiness. People are not professional. And I got, so we went back and forth for probably a good week until finally I said to this gal, I said, you need to let me talk to somebody above you, okay? So somebody got involved and I said, listen, I mean, we're talking lots of money at this point, right? And I said, let me tell you something. I said, I am not really going to, I don't want to get in any more videos and push your product because the way that you have treated me is so unprofessional. It is, if this is how you treat people corporately, I can't even imagine how you treat people from a customer service point of view. So no, I am not going to make any more videos. And I'm not even demanding that you pay me on the last 3 months of the contract that you are trying to get out of, okay? Because I could have easily sent that shit to my attorney and I could have had, like, that would have been 2 seconds that they had to pay. I had a written contract signed by them and by me, right? But I said to them, I said, no, and I have taken a lot of shit through the years. People have asked me, they're like, oh, did that company get rid of you? Why you don't work with that company anymore? I got rid of that company. And the reason why I got rid of that company was they were so unprofessional in the way they communicated to me. I still have the emails to this day. The way that this gal spoke to me, I told her, I said, I have never been spoken to so unprofessionally in my entire life. And so I said, I need to talk to somebody else. And so somebody else bigger up talked to me. And I said, they're trying to be nice about it. Oh, well, you can continue to make videos and blah, 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 whatever. I said, no, I don't want to make videos for you anymore. I said, I don't. Because if this is how you treat somebody on a corporate level, this is how you treat basically your employees, I can't even imagine how you treat your customers. So no, I will not, to my audience, continue to say good things about your product, because I liked your product before, but I don't like your product now, because part of your product is customer service. So I am not going to continue to push your product, Manscaped. I'm not pushing it anymore. I'm just not, okay? Because it was bullshit how I was treated. So I kind of love that she comes out and talks about this, because I think that it's really, really important that she comes out and she says, listen, I was treated, inappropriately. Because when you're talking about supporting a business, you're also talking about an influencer is representing how the customer is treated. It's one of the reasons why I say that, I will not take, who was I just watching the other day that was talking about sponsorships? Oh, it was Jaclyn Hill, and she was talking about companies sometimes will send you products I will not, I don't know what she's talking about, but I will not do a sponsorship. I will not do an endorsement unless I have used the product and I can stand behind the product. Or if somebody reaches out to me, I'll say, if you want to send me the product, I'll even pay for the product. I have paid for the product before, okay? I will pay for the product. I will see how it works. I've talked about this in past sponsorships before, that I have gone, use my husband's credit card to buy a product to see if I can really stand behind it. Because I do not want to endorse a product to my audience out there just to make money off of it when I don't believe in that product, We're not talking about an actor in a commercial. We're talking about somebody endorsing and saying, this is a product I stand behind. And customer service is a part of that. So if the CEO of a makeup company, okay, very similar to what I went through, if a CEO of a makeup company is not paying you for your time, and that was what was understood, then that's also a little bit on how they will trust their customers as well. And so I think it is important that she came out and she spoke about this. I think it's very, very important. And I don't think we live in the era where people need to be afraid of talking about what brand it was, because I think in 2025, people will listen. And I think that people will put their money, okay, where they believe that they're going to be treated correctly. Now, there's a lot of beauty brands out there that pay their influencers fantastically, and follow through. And you can see because they have long-standing relationships with the beauty influencers that do it. And I would also tell you that the ones that disclose appropriately, where you can see, I'm just going to make something up. Let's say Judy Smith Cosmetics. If Judy Smith Cosmetics is disclosing over and over and over and over again, on all influencers, what you can see is the brand is demanding that they disclose, okay? And that's very, very important, because you want a brand that will demand that the influencer disclose, because a lot of brands, okay, will think that, oh, we can just kind of get away from this, and then the company will be like, oh, we really love it. So I love that Jules is coming out and talking about this. This is a lot bigger, okay? This is the shenanigans that go on with the beauty influencer space of, oh, you're my friend, do me a favor, and then there's no payback for the favors. Actually, this is kind of what happened back in the day with Toddy Westbrook and James Charles over the Sugar Bear hair pills, right? And because they were friends, she thought that he was going to come out and talk about her vitamins, and instead he took the Sugar Bear hair deal so that he could get VIP and bodyguards to go to Coachella. And that's why she was so upset, because she thought we were friends, right? Well, are there really friends in the beauty influencer space? I mean, listen, I feel blessed that some of the people that I know, that we do favors for each other and we help each other out. And there is no expectation, but that beauty influencer world, it is cutthroat. So anyway, let me know what you thought about all that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.